For those of you who might not know, it all started like most of Vitaly.
Goodness gracious, he has a nose. That's that Pinocchio. Oh my God, look at his nose. I wouldn't believe a single thing he said to me.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration.
YouTube, what it do, man? It is your boy Abdul up next, and I'm back with another video today, man. Yes, Sirski. Oh, bye. Guys, the merch is going absolutely cuckoo, okay? Right now we're sold out on 2 sizes, bro. There's no more extra larges, there's no more smalls, and there's 2 more larges left on the merch. Use code HBD to get a bit of little money off on your order and get you a jacket before it's too late. It's already the greatest YouTuber merch of all time. Not even a reach. Bro, this is like a streetwear brand. Just wait, I have so many surprises, I can't even say so. I'm working on stuff, man. After we sell out on this, I'm focused on becoming I'm going back into streaming, and we're bringing in the IRL version this month. Get you some merch, get a jacket, because it's selling out fast, bro. Do you guys know a YouTuber named Vitaly? Vitaly? Bro, he does them catches where he catches a grown man who likes an underage girl, but the catches, I don't even think he's catching them to clean the streets no more. Like, the weirdest part about this guy to me is the fact that this guy was like getting a kick and a thrill out of it. When you find somebody who's breaking the law, all you gotta do is call the cops. If you look up what he was making them do when he caught them, was the weirdest thing ever. To me, he was always weird. Bro, report him to the police. Why are you feeding him a hot chip? Pretty much what he would do is like torture him. Now, don't get me wrong. If the person like kids, I feel like something bad deserves to happen to them. But bro, you treating them like you the police. He was torturing them. He was cutting their hair bald. He was feeding them hot chips, and then he was calling the cops after. It was just a little bit weird. To me, it was like, it was getting his meat hard of torturing people. So it was like 2 criminals. It's like, you caught a criminal, but you a little weird, so I think you should go to jail too. That's how I felt about the guy. And apparently, he went to the Philippines, and now he's in jail. Let's see what he did to go to jail. Let's stick our head in his business and see if he deserved to be or not. I don't know this guy out of anything besides of him catching the gators, okay?
So remember that dude who used to scream, "It's just a prank, bro," while terrorizing strangers in public? Yeah,
oh.
Vitaly, the YouTube prankster turned gym rat chaos gremlin. Now,
okay, so he was terrorizing public strangers. He was on steroids, and he was torturing 11 seconds in, I think this guy should probably go.
Our international embarrassment isn't screaming much anymore, because right now Vitaly is rotting in a Philippine jail.
Huh? This is a jail? Bro, this looked like the little ship they brought them to America. They brought my ancestors on and sold them in history books. This is a jail? My ancestors was on this boat, bro, in the slave trade.
In a Philippine jail. And no,
huh? This is not even humane. Bro, they sleeping balls to balls, foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder, lip to lip, booty to booty.
That's not the title of his next prank video. That's real life, and judging by the latest update we just received, the way things are going, he might not survive it. Physically, mentally, or reputationally.
Look at this guy. Come on, where's the blow? Where's the blow, dude? Yo, dude, let's do some blow and do some stupid pranks in public, dude.
Because this isn't some weekend behind bars for content. This is full-blown legal hell. No bail, no trial dates, no country willing to claim him. And the internet...
I just want to say, bro, you going to prison in the Philippines for 25 years is the funniest thing you ever done. Thanks for finally making me laugh. Hey, that's mean.
And the internet, they're
disrespecting a foreign country. Now try to prank your jailmates. Sheesh! But they treating you like you was an all-time Gotham villain. I knew it had to be something corny about this guy.
They're showing zero sympathy.
This is the biggest F around and find out I ever seen yet.
So how exactly did Vitaly go from pranking for clicks to praying he doesn't get more than 20 years behind bars? Well, for those of you who might not know, it all started like most of Vitaly.
Goodness gracious, he has a nose. That's that Pinocchio. Oh my God, look at his nose. I wouldn't believe a single thing he said to me. That joint pointy. This is the first time geometry in school actually came to help. Bro, that's an obtuse angle for a nose, bro.
Vitaly's mistakes with the live stream. In early April 2025, he landed in the Philippines, turned on the camera, and decided to film the worst possible tourism campaign the country's ever seen.
What?
He harassed locals, mocked people for wearing masks.
Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal fuck.
Even fake robbed a woman on camera.
I'm gonna fucking rob you.
And all of it was...
How is that a funny prank? You walk up to a random woman and say, "I'm gonna effing rob you." Bro, I be concerned at the things y'all be laughing at. I be concerned. There's somebody who watched that live and actually laughed.
Streamed to his audience in real time. Kind of like a human rights violation brought to you by Kick.com. Naturally, the clips went viral, but not the kind of viral he was hoping for. No one was laughing.
That's how I know his meat small. Bro, nobody willingly does this. Where is your humor coming from? What do you watch on your own time? What is wrong with you? Yeah, let me just go ahead and drag my balls on a pole. That's what he said. Let me go ahead and drag my balls on a pole. A 12-year-old would definitely find this funny. You're pushing 40! Could have been starting a family, but look at you. Hey, man. It's Pride Month. You in jail. Do your thing. I support you, brother.
It was more like, hey, who let this lunatic into the country? So by April 3rd, authorities tracked him down and arrested him. The Bureau of Immigration labeled him an undesirable foreign national, which is basically a diplomatic way of saying, get this clown out of here. But instead of deporting him, they locked him up. Now, this ain't your average influencer apology tour. This is the Philippine justice system, and they're not playing. Vitaly is currently stuck in a detention center in Bikuden, and if you think this is some cushy...
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I can just be happy about somebody living in these conditions though. I don't care what somebody did, bro. These conditions is crazy.
Cushy, influencer-friendly jail with TikTok breaks and gym time, think again. This is no outside food, no protein shakes, no bail, no trial date kind of jail. Authorities have confirmed it could take 2 to 3 years just to get a trial. That's years of waiting, not even a sentence yet, just stewing in legal limbo.
Brittany Griner had a vape pen. Remember that? Brittany Griner went to jail for having a vape for that long. And this guy said, let me go to a foreign country and terrorize the place because kids will find it funny on Kick. If you would have did that in the United States, you would have went to jail. You went to the Philippines. They had to be supplying the blow. Where's the blow in the Philippines, dude? Dude, you had to have been off the craziest amounts of the Filipino blow to think that was a good idea.
Meanwhile, the charges are stacking up like he's steroids at home. So let's talk about what Vitaly's actually facing. So far, he's been charged with 3 counts of unjust vexation, 2 counts of theft,
Damn.
1 count of attempted theft,
Damn.
violations under the anti-voyeurism law, cybercrime offenses for live streaming his stunts, and attempting to snatch a security guard's firearm. So that's not a prank list. Those are some serious charges. So he didn't just cross a line, he pole vaulted over it with a live stream. And the evidence, yeah, it's literally all on video, posted by him on his own stream.
Hey, all you IRL streamers who think, hey, let me go tell a random woman on the streets I'm gonna rob her is a funny joke. Look what it could happen to you, buddy. He already looked like he had balls in his throat. Look at his throat. It looked like balls was there, gang. You was a grown man. Your beard grows out gray, and this is what you was doing with your time. You were already balding. And instead of, starting a family, you was on stream acting like a 12-year-old kid for TikTok clips. You is the definition of a clout chaser, buddy. I'm sorry, fat nose ass boy.
He can't even say that wasn't me, when there's 4K footage of him yelling at strangers and yanking at someone's purse. Now, in situations like this, you'd expect your home country to at least pretend to care, but not in Vitaly's case. Russia basically looked at him and said, he's your problem now. The Russian ambassador to the Philippines public stated Russian citizens must obey local laws and made it clear they had no interest in helping. No embassy lawyers, no diplomatic pressure, not even a strongly worded letter. And to make things worse for Vitaly, the Russian media even called him an embarrassment.
Bro, you old enough to know better, boy. You cooked. I'm not gonna lie, them jail conditions is a little crazy though. Come on, United States jail at least though. I ain't gonna lie. He Russian. Russian? Oh nah. I don't know what go down in Russia, but I ain't going there. Russia look like they'll just, you know what I'm saying? Police probably still going on. And if police gonna get somebody, they probably gonna get the blackest guy in the room with the dreadlocks.
So if he was hoping for a ride home in Putin's private jets, yeah, that ticket's been cancelled. But what about his American citizenship? Well, the US has been about as responsive as a ghosted Tinder match. No public statements, no intervention, not even a lukewarm "we're monitoring the situation."
Damn!
And honestly, can you blame them? Vitaly flew to another country, broke the law on camera.
Bro, he probably thought he was so cool doing this. Look at him. This would have easily have turned me all types of races. Look at him. Bro, he probably thought he was so funny. Bro, I put the cameraman in jail just for being a cameraman. Like, you support this corny crap? Look at him.
On camera and acted like
You grabbed a random fan
an international man.
and you walked away with it. A random person who's just trying to do their job had to deal with this guy on a random day.
This isn't a case of wrongful imprisonment.
Vitaly, grab that fan and stick it up your ass.
It's a case of what did you think was gonna happen? There's no diplomatic angle here, just consequences. I mean, this case got so messy, even the president of the Philippines got involved. President Bongbong Marcos publicly dragged Vitaly, calling him crazy and saying he was out of his mind. He even asked reporters, "Can I curse at him?" Which, honestly, same. Justice Secretary Ramula doubled down, stating, "We will not deport him. He will be held accountable here." Yeah, so that's basically a legal mic drop.
I ain't gonna lie, the way them prisons look, you can't even worry about dropping the soap over here. I don't even think they get soap in those prisons. I don't think he should definitely go through those rules, though. That's kind of crazy. Am I tripping, y'all? That? Like, damn.
In other words, they're not just locking him up, they're making an example out of him. And Vitaly handed them the opportunity on a silver platter. So what's life like now for Vitaly? Well, first off, no fans in Jollibee. Some of his remaining supporters actually tried to deliver food to his cell, but authorities shut that down real quick.
So a lot of people have been talking about potentially delivering food to Vitaly, saying that they're going to bring him food, they're going to hook him up. That is absolutely not happening. I can confirm that Vitaly is not getting food runs from supporters.
Because, well, this isn't Uber.
Dang. They can't even give the man some food. They said, nah, y'all trying to give him food? Food? Nah, I don't know, bro. Them look like them same. I look like the living conditions of the dudes who was getting sold to pick the little cotton up. I'm just being honest. Just being honest, bro. That look like cotton conditions. CC, cotton conditions. I don't think he needs cotton conditions. It's a little crazy. But you're the first goofy to get TikTok clips reviewed in court. Look at what people do for clout. They gotta watch TikTok clips in court. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? There's people out here really terrorizing the place, doing random stuff to kids, bro.
It's detention edition. So he's stuck eating whatever the jail gives him, and according to reports, it's not sitting well.
He is having severe or intense health issues, which, you know, we're going to follow up on, but they're not going to release him for that. They're taking care of that in the hospital.
Sources say he's dealing with arrhythmias and potential withdrawals, most likely from steroid or recreational drugs.
I knew it! That boy in the Philippines having steroid withdrawals. That was some steroid side effects on them streets. I knew it. But he was built like a WWE action figure. All you had to do was pop him like a balloon. He was gonna explode.
Vitaly is having a really bad time in prison. I can now tell you that he is having reactions. He is having arrhythmias. People are speculating in the prison this may be due to withdrawal, whether that's from drugs or steroids or whatever else.
It's not exactly shocking. This is the same guy who once assaulted a jogger and spiraled for years on social media. So having to go cold turkey in a Manila cell was probably not part of his wellness routine. And the worst part for Vitaly right now is he's sitting in pre-trial detention. No bail has been granted, no trial date set, no clear path forward. If convicted on all charges, he could be looking at 20 plus years in prison, and that's not counting whatever gets added if they throw the book at him for live streaming at all. Even if he's innocent, which is unlikely, he'd be deported immediately and banned from re-entering the country. But until then, he's stuck, period. His channels are dead, his cameraman's a fugitive, his countries have abandoned him, and his fans, they either moved on or completely.
Look at that merch he got on, y'all. Steroids, weak old merch, nasty hairline, balding, trolls random people in public, then smiles like he's some type of hero. Bro, I'm already disappointed that people probably bought that shirt but didn't go to theforeignsociety.com and got real drip. You know, theforeignsociety.org and got real drip. Org, buddy, org. Look at that merch look at the merch he's selling, then look at theforeignsociety.org. Who you think tried harder, me or him?
Anyways, you'd think maybe a few old fans would start a hashtag campaign or launch a free Vitaly movement. Instead, the internet has fully turned on him. People are furious, other creators are roasting him, and even long-time viewers are finally waking up to the fact that edgy doesn't mean untouchable. So now Vitaly is just a walking meme for what not to do as a content creator, and honestly it's long overdue. Although right before Vitaly got arrested, he tried to release a PR cleanup video. It featured him praying on camera, handing out school supplies, and pretending like none of the other stuff had just happened. But the internet and Filipino reporters weren't buying it, and the legal system sure as hell wasn't buying it.
That's messed up. You wasn't even helping the community out of your heart. You was doing it because you thought you was gonna go to jail. You see how people do? They just not genuine. Bro, these IRL trolls just gotta chill, bro. At one point, you gotta draw the line, or you gotta at least be funny or do something funny, you know? At one point, you just gotta draw the line and do something funny. Dude.
You gotta go.
I'm not even capping. Shout out these 4 people right here. In the comments, let me know if you think video should be free. Also, the reason I gave these 4 people a shout out is because they liked the video. If you want to shout out like these 4 people, like the video and let me know that you liked in the comments, because 4 lucky people get chosen at the end of every video to get a shout out. Get you a jacket, man. If you wear a size medium, it's 2 left. We sold out on small. We sold out on extra large. Ooh, if you wear a size large, it's 2 left. If you wear a size medium, it's less than 10 left. Get you a jacket on the website ASAP. ASAP, man. Please buy me merch. Code HBD. You'll get a little bit of money off your order. Seriously. A lot of people been getting a lot of money off their order. Shout out to y'all. I'm losing a lot of money because of that, and I need to stop shouting out that order. Thank you for finessing me. Code HBD. I ain't really make no money off of this. It's a passion drop, and I just appreciate everybody who chose to support me and get them a jacket. It's your boy Abdul up next. It's currently 7:45 in the morning.
I'm going to bed.